I feel like we've spent a ton of time. I'm sure you have. I have. Tommy and I have as well. Like we've spent a ton of time talking about this Philly situation for the last 3.5 months. I'm not ever sure we've talked about the Clippers because there's two scenarios here. The Clippers either go forward and they play this season with their roster, or they get Harden. They lose one or two rotation players, and then they've got Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi. We all saw how good Kawhi was. Like, it was back to peak Kawhi for 3.5 months of the season, plus until he got hurt in the playoffs. It was unbelievable. With or without Harden, can this team move into that tier one?
Well, why does it have to be Harden? Why can't it be Malcolm Brogdon or guard X who costs less than Harden and becomes available in a month?
Yeah. I'm presenting you with two options. You can add a third option. There's nothing wrong with that, Zach.
Nothing wrong with third or fourth options in the NBA. I'm out. I think I'm just out.
You're ridiculous.
They're never healthy. They're just never healthy. Why is this going to be the year where they're going to be healthy for a full playoff run? Now, I have a sentence like this in my power rankings, whatever, that comes out in a couple days. If they stay healthy, if they make a trade, I think they've reached the point where they know they have to make a trade to actually get in the conversation with Denver and Phoenix, which is kind of depressing because the whole point of trading everything for Kawhi and Paul George was to never be in a position where you have to make a trade, a big one, to get back in that conversation. Now, I think they realize that they do. Obviously, they're chasing everybody, not aggressive. Like, they could have Harden if they really go all in, and they haven't. If they make a trade, if they stay healthy, yeah, they can make the conference finals and be a competitive team. It's just like the ifs are just so big. Like, I just don't have any faith anymore. And like, a slept on thing with the Clippers is a year ago, it's like, I was guilty of it too. It's the deepest team in the league. Look at it. Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum. Like, those three guys, two of them were barely in the rotation by the end of last year. They're only a year older. Batum is coming off the bench. Like, like Bones Highland is going to play 28 minutes a game. Not that excited about that on a team that's trying to win. Like, if I'm not out, I'm close to out. You're in?
What?
You're in?
No, I just think you're ridiculous for being just out.
You're
just out. You said unequivocally you're out.
I said I think I'm out.
Okay, you think you're out.
But like,
on the depth,
they can bring me back in.
On
but
the depth part, though, like in 21, when Kawhi got hurt, my Mavs team, I wasn't playing, but my Mavs team, we played them in the first round. I was like, oh yeah, they're deep. I didn't think that last year. Like, there's a difference.
Kawhi always gets hurt. 21.
You sound like Stephen A. right now.
But he does, and I voted for Kawhi MVP the year Russ won. You don't have to sell me on Kawhi. I am a Kawhi Leonard true believer, and he's incredible. What he did to Dallas in the 21 playoffs in Game 6 was just outrageous. Like, it was one of the best games anyone has ever played in the playoffs on both ends of the floor. Period.
Thank you.
He's that good.
Thank you.
If you look like that, that was the year where it was lined up for them had he not gotten hurt.
Yeah.
I just kind of am out. Something about this playoff injury just took whatever remaining Clippers wind in my sails I had. It was just like, man, when that news broke,
I know.
I was just like, I just don't think I can do it. It
was heartbreaking. I have no vested interest in the Clippers. It's just heartbreaking to see someone who's come back from all these injuries and then is playing at the level he's playing.
He amped it up to yes, he was incredible for the last 2-3 months of the regular season. He brought it to another gear in those first two games. He was just taking the ball from people going coast to coast. Like, holy shit, this dude is back. And then just as quick as you said those words, he was out.
I think with them, there's a lot of people, not Clippers fans, not like diehard Clippers, but I think there's a lot of people that follow the NBA, that cover the NBA, that probably feel in some capacity the same way you do, which is essentially, my belief is not there.
It's like reached Zion levels. It's reached
my
Zion
belief
levels.
is not there in the Clippers like it used to be. But I also know that if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are healthy and playing at their best, they still have a chance. Like, but I don't have the belief anymore that that's actually going to happen.
All right, so let's say they get Harden and Kawhi and Paul George are healthy. Can they beat the Nuggets? And let's say they have to trade Mann and the picks for Harden. So Mann's out. Your current fifth starter, Terrence Mann, is gone.
And then they get Malcolm Brogdon later?
No, they just stop being greedy. They get Harden. So their starting lineup is Harden, Kawhi, PG, player X, because I think Rustin comes off the bench, and Zubats.
You know, I it's interesting because I am not a fan of talking about hypotheticals. It's why I posed you with a hypothetical question.
This is not that. I mean, this is
my assumption is that it'll get done at some point, right?
I think James Harden will be on the Clippers.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
If you force me, I don't know what the percentage chances are, but like I'm gonna say sure, yeah.
And they're healthy. Yeah, you can talk me into them moving into that tier 1.
Can they beat Denver?
Dude, it's fucking October 23rd. I'm not.
I'll tell you, Denver has owned that team since the bubble. Owned it.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe they can. I don't. It's just a lot of It's just a lot of ifs. Like it's just so many ifs that I'm okay being like, as presently constructed, there is no James Harden. He doesn't play for the Clippers. I don't know if he is going to play for the Clippers. As presently constructed, I do not think they can win the title.
What's wild to me though is you said very specifically on our text yesterday. You said, "Do not ask me for predictions." And now
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said, "Don't ask me for predictions."
Oh,
no awards bullshit.
There were specific
no
predictions that I want
yeah.
to out of courtesy to
our employer
that I would like to save for other platforms. Not because I don't want that, because I don't want to make it. I will predict every award and I will pick a team to win the championship. I just felt as a courtesy to them, I needed to do it elsewhere.
I get it. It's fair. It's fair. We've covered a lot.
But I said I'm out on the Clippers is what you're going to say.
No. But you're asking me to make these predictions. I don't want to make predictions.
I thought we were going to, when you said Clippers, I was like, are we going to do 45 minutes on the 2015 playoffs against Houston? That's what I want to do. Let's get into that. When are you going to write the book about what happened to the Clippers? That's what people want.